Okay, so this show is essentially Silo, but a prequel. That's kind of how I'm reacting to Paradise, the recent show on Hulu that everyone is talking about. We did an episode one reaction just today, and we love it so much that we were jumping into episode two here. And I'm glad that we did because I think that this episode, reinforces that this is a series that people will likely want to binge and stay with. I think that this is a special series. Now, it slows down the momentum and the pacing a little bit. Slowing down the momentum is not the right word. It slows down the pacing a little bit to bring us to the past to essentially juxtapose it with the present. So the present is this Truman Show, paradise type city that's underground. And we go backwards in time to kind of see how this sort of thing was constructed. Samantha, before she was ever this powerful, badass woman in paradise, she was powerful badass, but she was a powerful badass, tech CEO. She was going to become a billionaire, and she did. She said she was worth $34 billion. And don't get me wrong, that's incredibly powerful. But, those type of people, there's several of those in, Silicon Valley and whatnot. What I'm curious about as well is kind of how many of those ended up in the silo of her. Did she just fund it solely herself? Because part of what happens and part of how we're introduced to her relationship with President Cal Bradford is Samantha attends a very overall sparsely attended conference where the presenter is talking about a massive, essentially, tsunami from the Antarctic that will destroy the entire eastern seaboard of the United States and more or less make the Earth's surface uninhabitable. So they were a bit skeptical about it. Cal offered his condolences as well afterwards when they were chatting. But, I think at the time, it wasn't like, oh, we have to act immediately. It was something more, let's look into it some more. That's the read that I got. But at this time, Cal Bradford was a senator, so he wasn't even present yet. So I'm curious if in future flashbacks they're going to kind of show the role that Samantha had, if any, in Cal Bradford's rise to presidency, far before her involvement with him on the construction of the Paradise underground city. Some other things that I thought were interesting here were how Samantha approached Cal's murder. I have to make sure I check out, and look at the screen once in a while because I have a tendency to move up the camera. I should get a setup that that can freeze it. We see Samantha navigating Cal's murder, and she orchestrates a cover up here, which is interesting to me because what was her relationship with Cal at this time? Because all the previous flashbacks, she had a positive, friendly relationship 100% with him. Now it's kind of like, I think she's more focused on the fallout of all of this rather than kind of possibly losing a friend. That being said, she's not unique in that regard. A lot of people have a different relationship, with people they knew previously in this new world. Like, for example, Xavier used to really like Cal, and then after the extinction event, where his wife didn't survive, Xavier had a lot of contempt for Cal. So, Xavier during, which is another subplot that continues to go on. We haven't even talked about Xavier yet. Xavier, the Secret Service agent, played by Sterling K. Brown, again, does a great job with this role, is interrogated by another Secret Service agent, the one that was screwing Cal. And then this therapist comes in who's kind of, I don't know, she's kind of like the right-hand woman, the consigliere, if you will, of Samantha in this new Paradise underground city. She comes in and she has written on her hand, say yes to the question of whether or not Xavier hated Cal Bradford. So that's very interesting to me. Why is she advising him on this? Kind of what her role is, and we learn more about kind of how Samantha is disclosing this information, that she just wants Xavier to keep his mouth shut. She's then put him on leave for a couple weeks and then kind of reassign him somewhere else. And Xavier's like, really? This is this kind of sketch. And at the end, we kind of see Xavier talking about, kind of the next steps. Xavier knows the number that the locked suitcase, or like the box thing, the special box that apparently controls the entire underground city, he knows the number. He burnt the cigarette. I think that was pretty symbolic. And I think that overall this was a solid episode. This is my reaction to it. I'm definitely hooked. I'm definitely in binge mode. So let me know what you think. If you have any theories, feel free to share them. I do ask that you don't spoil anything for people in the comments, but please let me know what you think. I'm happy to hear your thoughts. Anyway, Misha, the turtle, we out.